to everybody. Everybody who's here in the audience, everybody on the stage who helped make this place run, who provides it with the kind of resources it needs to help students be able to fulfill whatever their ambitions are. So I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you all do for being here. Now, there are a lot of people in the audience I'm starting to pick out now who are sneaking in here, who are from the old days for me. I see Marty Copland sitting right back there, third row. Now, Marty Copland, this is the gallery where Steve bought that painting, The Portrait of the Artist as a Shadow of His Former Self. That painting wasn't in a show. It was in the back room. And if you know anything about how galleries start up with artists, you know, they take a lot of stuff in and put it in the back room and they show it to people, or if people ask about it, then they try to get a kind of sense of whether or not you might have a little bit of something going on. Because if you don't, if nobody asks about it, if nobody seems interested, you don't get a chance to be in that gallery in a show. That's sort of the reality of how the art world works. But that picture was the first picture I gave Marty Copland. It was the first, and literally the day after she put it in the gallery, that first day, I got a call from her the next day that somebody was interested in it. Now, that painting was actually a pivotal painting for me for a lot of reasons. I'm going to get to that later. But before I get to all of that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, just about being back here at LACC. For me, in a lot of ways, second to the Otis Art Institute, where I ultimately went to school, and which was one of the reasons I came to LACC, because when you started school at Otis, you only started school at Otis as a junior. So you had to do your 2 years of general education somewhere else, and then you transfer into Otis. And I came to LACC to do my 2 years of study, partly because it was a legendary place. I mean, I was living down on 48th Street between McKinley and Avalon, South Central. That's where I grew up. I went to 49th Street School, I went to Carver Junior High, and went to Jefferson High School. What was that race there? And so coming to LACC, I mean, really it was like, this is the big leagues. Because I had already decided that when I was in grade school that I wanted to go to school at Otis. And part of the reason I wanted to go to school at Otis was because Charles White was teaching there. And I had encountered Charles White early on in my life. In about the 3rd or 4th grade, there was a book called Great Negroes, Past and Present, that I took out of the library. You know, that when they take you in 3rd grade to the library, teach you how to use the card catalog and the Dewey Decimal System. They don't have any of that anymore. They show you how to do that. And then we went on a field trip to the public library from school, where they showed you how to get a library card of your own. And when you start taking books out of the library, that was where my introduction to what art was and the whole idea of what was meaningful about art started to develop. Because instead, so of course you could take the card catalog and you can look for books you want to look at. But the better way to do it for me, and I think the better approach to learning about anything, is simply to go in the library and look at every single book that's in there. And so I went through the art section, I looked at every single book that was on the shelf in the art section of the library. And the reason why that's an important thing to do is because you have no idea what it is you really need to see, or what impact the things you see are going to have on you later on in your life. So to have some idea that you're going to only pick out the books that you're really interested in and go to those things first, well, that's a mistake. I mean, the idea is to get in the knowledge stream. I mean, it's simply to become comfortable with and used to and determined to be in a stream where everything you look at is an opportunity to learn something you didn't know about before. And so that's how my interest in the art world got started. Now, but when I came to LACC, I had a lot of great experiences here. Some of my oldest friends I met here at LA City College. And some of them actually ended up teaching here as well. And then we ended up at school at Otis together. Louis Serrano is one of my oldest friends. We met when we were both 19 years old. And he and his wife, Anna Serrano, Luis was here in the art department. We met, we became friends. We are still friends, and when I come to LA, sometimes he is the only person I would be interested in seeing when I come into the city. After over 40 years of knowing them. But I also had experience, there's an old teacher of mine. She's not old, but she was a teacher of mine in the sense that when I was here at LACC, who taught printmaking, Kay Lou. Where's Kay Lou? I saw her out in the hallway. There she is right there. Kay Lou taught printmaking. Here, I took a printmaking class with Kay, and we became friends almost instantly. people that I knew. Mark Greenfield, I knew Mark Greenfield when Mark was the director down at the Watts Towers Art Center after John Outerbridge retired from there. And Mark was one of the artists who was showing in LA. And Mark was a little older than I am, just a little. But one of those people that you look up to and admire. I mean, we were all people who came through Brockman Gallery back in the day. You know, when Alonzo Davis and Dale Davis was running Brockman Gallery over on Degnan Boulevard. We were all people who came there. And one of the first shows that I was in was a show that was put together by Operation Bootstrap. They used to have art contests. And when I was in school at Jeff, I had a piece in an art contest that won a second prize. And the show they had for that show was at Brockman Gallery. And the second prize, along with that second prize came in a scholarship to take drawing classes at Art Center, College of Design. But I didn't want to go to Art Center because I had found out about Otis and I had been bitten by the fine art bug. And I thought Art Center was like a commercial art school where they would teach you how to do illustration and graphic design and stuff like that. And I wasn't having none of that. Because I had already been introduced, not only through those books I was looking at in the library, but through field trips to the LA County Art Museum. There was something about the status of artworks that were in the LA County Art Museum that had a special class, and I wanted to be a part of that class. And so when I came to LACC, those were my ambitions, those were my goals. And I got here and there were some of the best teachers you could have encountered teaching here. And they did so much to help me really consolidate my understanding of what it really meant to make things, to be productive, and to not only be productive, but to also be knowledgeable about the things that you produce.